Welcome back, Red Cup fam. You're watching the Red Cup review. That's a little redundant with your boy Rob Banks. Today we're looking at the Mezco 112 scale collectible Green Lantern figure. Hal Jordan's in the house, finally in brightest day. Like, subscribe, share. I don't know, drop a comment. Mr. Highball himself, GL, straight out of the box, definitely has that Mezco wow factor, at least for me he did. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. This figure definitely delivers, but it is not 5 cups. We'll get into the nitty-gritty details a little later on. You'll notice that missing from this is his shield accessory. He does come with it. However, mine snapped inside the package, so I'm in the process of gluing that back together as we speak. The figure is great. He's not perfect, and I'll tell you why. Let's take a look at the head sculpts. Green Lantern Portrait Number 1 Stoic Head Sculpt. It looks great. I am totally sold on it. The actual mask itself, if I'm going to show you, I'm going to lean him forward. Check this out, is its own sculpted piece. And it really stands. It's not just a painted part of his face. So it actually has a legit mask look. See how it dips in right behind his eyebrow there? Awesome stuff. The paint lines are very neat and clear. His skin tones are natural. He does not have that Cyclops effect where it's a flat paint. There's actually imperfections in the skin, and it has like that natural human skin look. And the lips are not purple. They have flesh tones. Everything works out great. What I especially love is the two-tone on the hair. You could see the black wash in there. Really makes the individual strands of his hair stand out. And that is done really, really well. Again, Mezco just keeps upping themselves as far as the paintwork goes, and I am extremely happy with the way the hair, especially the hair on this thing, totally came out. Let's take a look at the next one. Subtleties, in my opinion, take a good sculpt and turn it into a fantastic one. The teeth on this are not painted like chiclets. The tongue is the appropriate color. Everything is fine. The lines are all well and good and great. Here's what brings it up, just that little extra notch. I personally like how the mask is uneven on his face, right? It's actually conforming to he's yelling, right? So the mask would move on his face. See how it's a little bit shorter over here and longer over there, as if it kind of shifted with the musculature underneath from the, his face actually moving. Excellently well done. Another thing I want you guys to notice that I want to bring attention to is how his face is a little bit redder around his cheeks here, around both sides, because he's yelling. So you could actually see they use the paintwork to convey the emotion of stress and blood pressure rising in his face. It's a little bit more flesh toned at the top, a little bit more flush in the cheeks and around the jaw area. To me, that is the type of detail that we are paying for and we expect at this point. So damn it, they did a good job. Articulation and costume design time. Here it goes. His arms raise up about that high. Now, we've seen this a million times. He has the regular Mezco underlying body, right? But things to watch out for. You're going to keep his arms raised like this because of the pleathery material or plastic or whatever the hell it is, right, that's on here. It is actually a little bit baggy, so you're not going to have to worry about it wrinkling so much, which is cool because you put it up like that, and then you drop it back down, and it goes right back down to the form-fitting of his body. This is how you do baggy clothes without them actually looking baggy, and it works on this. Double elbows, double knees. They go out. His leg kicks out that wide because of the designs over here. You're not going to have to worry about that stuff. Not that he's going to be throwing kicks or anything in any of your poses, but you guys get the idea. This is all spandexy in here, which is fine. Now, as far as his head moves up, let's see. Head goes up that high. Head comes down that low. And he goes side to side really well. So it's very, very expressive on this head sculpt. Okay, as far as the ab crunch goes, however, going forward, he doesn't have much, right? So that's about as much as you're going to get going forward. Now, going backwards, on the other hand, whoa, lean back. This guy's got the best back lean I've seen, which is awesome because if you want to put him in a flying pose, he actually is going to be able to look straight ahead, right? Like if you just kind of, whatever, use a little bit of ingenuity, you'll get him looking the way he needs to. Now, taking a look at the costume. Yes, the pleathery material over here will stretch but also kind of go back. You see how it's kind of baggy? See that? But it doesn't look baggy. So that's how you do baggy without it being baggy. And you see how the material's just not stretching? I have him turned, and it's really just not even stretching. That's awesome. All right, the design work itself. Am I totally sold on the two-tone green Not necessarily. It kind of reminds me of the movie. It's growing on me. I like the uniqueness of it. It's Mezco-ized, definitely. But what are you going to do? It's Hal Jordan. He looks awesome. The green could have been maybe a little bit darker, though, up here. Maybe they went with this green to make him pop more off the shelf, but it could have been just a shade or two darker. Now, going on to the gloves, I love, absolutely love, the fact that the gloves have that a little bit of black wash in them. They definitely look like he's been flying through space. He's got some space dust up in there, right? Something like that, right? Look at that. Look how friggin' cool that looks. It totally pops off of the, they got the white gloves, and then you got like the dirty part of his white gloves, which is cool. Now, getting on to the white boots, Green Lantern never really had, sorry about that, fellas, white boots. But these white boots are pretty awesome because they have that black wash in them, which brings out all the details in the boots themselves. Speaking of boots, ankle articulation going in. The rocker ankles are fantastic going in and going out. And he has the cut up over here. Up in here, up in here, up in here. Okay, so now here's a little bit of an issue I do have. Taking a look at his hand, like that, it looks great. Look at the way the glove looks. It looks freaking awesome. Same thing here, right? But when you turn the hand to come this way and you have him like maybe, snarling like that, this piece over here is actually glued on or whatever. It's stuck onto the material here. So this can't move also with it. The way like some of the other Mezcos have like that little extra piece you slide up in here. Or is that Hot Toys or something? Like some figures, they have stuff like that. So when you do that pose, it kind of loses the... this would have been nice if it would have been able to line up and kind of move around. But I get it. They probably didn't want it just being loose and wobbling all over the place. However, he does look pretty friggin' awesome. He poses great. Let's get a close-up look at the symbol on his chest. Awesome. Good work, guys. Good work. For you frequent watchers, subscribers, what I like to call the Red Cup fam, actually have seen some of my past videos. Right now we're about to discuss my least favorite part of any action figure, and that's the light-up features. Here it goes. I digress. I hate light-up features. However, it works awesomely on this toy in particular. It's a really cool gimmick, and I gotta hand it to Mezco. Big thumbs up for being able to execute it the way they did. Inside this hand here must be something. There's something in that hand that when it touches that the clear part of either side of the lantern, it lights up. It's as simple as that. All you have to do is touch it. Hopefully this works this time. This is like the 30th take I'm doing. Bam, there you go. Right, look at that. All you have to do is touch it or have it even be kind of close to it. It picks up on some kind of sensor, and boom, it lights up, and he looks dope holding it too. And I'm sure you can even get a better pose out of it if you just, maneuver it a certain way. So all it has to be is within a pretty good proximity. See, it just went off. Pretty good proximity, and it goes on. And the whole lantern kind of lights up in here too, which is pretty dope. And the LED is mad bright, so good job. Good job. The best part of any video, who are we kidding, is the accessories. No, really. You guys might want to watch this, though, because there's a couple of things you want to have to watch out for. Most of the accessories attached by the hand, and by that I mean an actual hand attachment. They don't attach onto the hand. The hand is the attachment piece. This looks great, right? I love the way the light catches it. To me, this looked like kind of like a little bit of a waste of an accessory. And then I put it on and posed them, and I was like, wow, that actually looks pretty good. Be careful. This will go right through your finger. These are super sharp. Okay, I actually stabbed myself, and it's actually catching onto my skin a little bit here, so you want to be a little careful with that one. This one, too, see, there's the hand piece. Let's take a look at this. You guys have probably already seen this through the other Green Lantern reviews for the John Stewart figure, but the blast effect is pretty cool. It's not too bad. I like it. It attaches nice, and it's not overly heavy, so it's not going to weigh the hand down. Here's this to me is just absolutely ridiculous. To me, this is just silly. It makes no sense. It's supposed to it plugs in through the hand there, kind of like this, and I don't know. This should have been the boxing glove accessory. To me, that just doesn't make any sense. I'm not even attaching it to his hand. I ain't gonna ever use that shit. My favorite one, however, is the smoking gun right here, right? The smoking ring. Look at how dope this is. Look at how friggin' cool that is, man. And the ring is actually sculpted in there. You could actually see the ring inside, which is great. And the hand has a ton of black wash on it, which is dope. It just looks cool as hell. I don't know. I like it. I think that's pretty awesome. GL also comes with an extra chest emblem. I don't know why he comes with this, but he comes with an extra chest emblem for whatever reason. I haven't really tried pulling it off or anything like that. Normally, I don't take a look at the hands. However, I wanted to show you guys these hands because they're not flat white. All of them come with a certain extent of black wash in them, which really brings out the details and makes it look like the fingers are actually separated. So it looks very well. A lot of nice detail in there. Moving along to the sculpt on the actual lantern itself. Not sold on it. To me, it reminds me of the movie Green Lantern, and I'm not that big of a fan of the designs on that movie. It's got a nice gimmick. It's pretty cool. The batteries go in on the bottom, right? Just like that. And then there's like the bottom piece you screw back in, but you're going to need one of those eyeglass, the eyeglass screwdrivers. But it's okay. I like the old school, the regular comic book GL lantern myself, but this one has a lot of nice little interesting detail. It's basically Mezco eyes. Who are we kidding? That's it. Those are the accessories that he comes with. Oh, and he has the shield accessory too, like I mentioned in the beginning, but it is broke, and I am trying to repair it as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Justice League. How awesome is this? If you're a DC fan, you gotta get GL. They look great together. All the colors here are represented. It looks awesome, and I like things that pop and punch off the shelf, and this collection does it. It's like the Green Lantern was like the icing on the cake. It's the rug in the room. It's the rug that brought the room together, right? Isn't that what the dude says? Anyways, this is the part of the video where I normally talk about height comparisons. We're not doing this here. Green Lantern is on a regular buck. You guys know how he fits in. Just look at this thing right here, right? It's going to look great on your shelf. I know it looks great on mine. Huge thumbs up. I can't talk enough good stuff about this, man. I'm hearing Wu-Tang's Reunited playing in my head looking at this. It's awesome.